do-it-yourself viable option? Definitely, but I would say it has to be in combination with communicating with your all the resources you can get from your community. In other words, part of what you do is creating opportunities for yourself by networking, and part of it is going to be people calling you for gigs. And so I found that the most important thing is to always look at the quality of your art and make sure that that speaks for itself. Because I found that if you just are on the phone or on the internet trying to get work, but people are not impressed with what you do, then it's going to be a very hard road. On the other hand, if you get to a certain threshold and there's a kind of a buzz that people know you and you're one of the best, then people are going to start looking for you. So in a way, I've also found one of the dangers are people get too wrapped up in self-promotion and they no longer practice their craft. And then over time, there are other people who come along who start taking away your work. And so my recommendations to you all is always practice your craft. Take 2-3 hours a day, even if you have to do it alone, to just practice your scales. Or if you're a different artist, if you're a painter, you have to paint and get deeper into the spirit of what you're doing. So you see, you have these two elements. You create your content by practicing, and the other half, you network and you seek out new technologies that will help you create streams of revenue.
You're so right, Kai. But one thing we have to remember, my brothers and sisters, is do it yourself is the only way. Because when everybody's waiting for that record contract, for that big break, that comes through what you do. When you do it yourself, you bring attention to yourself so that you can have those opportunities that come. So it's that, and many times you find after you get to where you want to be as doing it yourself, it's actually more lucrative than getting signed with a major because of all of the ways that they have to manipulate to get your money. When you find out that after you get the record contract, there's no money. So doing it yourself, you're going to collect that money.
Yes, one of the most important things for me was to actually be in a band and to take the business in our own hands, which meant organizing our own tours and starting really small by playing tiny little gigs, developing a fan base, and then having our own touring vehicle. And then over the course of 10 years, we kept going all over the United States, and we started to see our audiences grow. And then once, we're at a certain level, then the income is there, then record companies are more interested in us. And so in other words, the do-it-yourself aspect covers everything that you do, as a band leader and business organizer, but the other half of it is your fan base. So, communicating with the fans is very important. And if you manage to do that successfully over a few years, there comes a point where your fans will never let you down. We have fans that are so hardcore, they will get into a car and drive for 300 miles through the snow to come see us. And I know that when I'm 90 years old, they will still come and see me because, I'm part of their lives by now. So it's a long game,
Mm-hmm.
and I know some people who have been in rock bands that have not had a hit in 30 years, but because they were famous in the 1980s and they had a fan base, whenever they play, they fill the space, even though they are not anywhere to be found on the charts.
Mm-hmm.
That's date. You recently become the tour manager for Tank and the Bangas. Is that correct?
Correct.
Wow. So you are applying what you know, helping this other band that's an up and coming band. Tell me a little bit about that.
So it's funny because it goes right back into what you're saying. These are all friends of mine. Tank and the Bangers, we all started out together in the Liberated Soul Collective that you talked about. And for those that aren't familiar with Tank and the Bangers, they won the NPR Tiny Desk concert last year for 2017. Those are all really good friends of mine. We've been going to school, to the Performing Arts School together in New Orleans together since we were younger. And I mean, really, man, it goes back to what you were saying, because we had a bunch of fans and because we had a DIY, we, like Kai said, we put tours on our, like ourselves. Like Kai said, we bought our own vehicle. We started getting our own like fan base up. So when that NPR contest came around, like it was our fans that made us the winners and that helped us to like catapult us to that next level. So, I mean, yeah, just be patient. We've been doing this. We've all been living together since we were since 2010. There's like 6 of us in the band living in one room. 2 weeks ago, we just signed a major international distribution deal with Verve Records and Universal Music Group. And so going back to what David said, because we had that DIY mindset and because, like Kai said, we had that fan base, when we got to the meetings with these Universals and these people that control the keys to like the international music industry, we were able to like kind of map out our own destiny. We kind of had the keys in our own hands. So like we're not getting the blood sucked out of us because we have a distribution deal. We still have creative control, but we could not have gone to those meetings demanding those things if we did not have that, that perfected DIY like spirit and having, I guess, successfully done it.
7 directions, 7